Now, we all know when it comes to Buddhism and Buddhist practice, there are a lot of meditations involved, right? And sometimes some people can think, oh, Buddhism is only about meditation, right? And there has been a huge debate about Buddhism, that whether to learn Buddhism or to practice Buddhism first, right? So from this video, we're going to talk about whether we should learn Buddhism or to meditate or to do both, or what to do when it comes to Buddhist practice, right? Now, the reason why I made this video is because I found a wonderful sutra that discusses about this matter, right? In this sutra, the main character that appears in the sutra is an enlightened monk called Mahachunda. So Venerable Chunda gives this idea about whether to practice or to meditate. But before that, he explains this debate that had happened within the monks community, within these two groups of monks. So it is very clear, according to this sutra, that there has been monks in the past who only meditate, and also there were another group of monks who only learn Buddhism, like who only become intellectually learned in Buddhism, right? So there have been this huge debate between these two groups of monks, that who are the superior ones. Like the ones who are meditating has been saying that we are the superior one because we practically apply all the Buddha's teachings and we meditate and we experience it. And the other group of monks was saying, like, you don't have any kind of knowledge and intellect about Buddhism, so you don't know what the Buddha is talking about. So there has been this huge debate. And then in the sutra, Venerable Mahachunda clearly explains that neither one of them, right? Neither of these meditating monks nor these keen on Dhamma will be pleased. And they will not be practicing for the welfare and happiness of multitude, for the good of the multitude, for the welfare and the happiness of the devas and humans. So what Venerable Mahachunda explains by this is that neither of them are correct, right? And this is how we should understand about this. Then Venerable Mahachunda says that, therefore, friends, you should train yourself thus, though we ourselves are Dhamma experts, we will praise also those monks who are meditators. And why? Such outstanding persons are rare in this world, who have personal experience of deathless element, which is Nibbana. And the other monks too should train themselves thus, though we ourselves are meditators, we will praise also those monks who are Dhamma experts. And why? Such outstanding persons are rare in this world, who can, by their wisdom, clearly understand a difficult subject. So understand, when it comes to Buddhist practice, yes, we must meditate, but we also need to have a good understanding about Buddhism. To do that, we must learn. So one of the sources that we can find to learn Buddhism is by reading the Buddha's teachings, reading the direct Buddha's teachings, reading the sutras. So you can read them online. You can find some books that you can read as well. And one of the best ways to learn the Buddha's teachings, direct Buddha's teachings, is to learn it by reading. And then after that, after learning, we have to look how to apply these teachings into practical life, right? And that is where the meditation comes in. But sometimes there are these people who think that we should only learn, or sometimes there are people who says that we should only meditate, right? So when it comes to Buddhist practice, I have seen that there are three groups of people in this world. One, those who learn only. Two, those who meditate only. And three is that ones who learn and meditate and do both, right? So what are the disadvantages of learning only Buddhism? One of the biggest disadvantages of learning Buddhism only, like only learning Buddhism without practicing, is that they become detached from the practice, right? If they are focusing only about learning, they detach from the practice. And then sometimes they go on thinking about these impractical ways of doing it. And then the second is that the more people learn only, they will overanalyze stuff, right? When it comes to Buddhist teachings, there are some deep and that needs a wiser understanding about these phenomena, right? And the ideas that Buddha is talking about. But when they overanalyze it, right? There should be some sort of analyze, yes, there should be wisdom, but overanalyzing will end up in unrealistic, and they will unrealism, and they will end up in like this pointless debates, right? That should not be done when it comes to Buddhist practice. And the third one, this is a big disadvantage for someone who is practicing Buddhism. If you only focused on only learning without practicing, what happens to most of the people that I have seen is that the people end up in arrogance, right? When they have only this intelligence, or when they have this only knowledge, people will end up become arrogant about their knowledge, right? They think that, okay, I know more, so that other people are lower than me, right? They are no match for my knowledge and intelligence when it comes to Buddhism. So these are the disadvantages of only learning Buddhism. And also, there are some disadvantages with only meditating, right? Because when you don't have any kind of context or idea about practice, right? Any kind of knowledge about practice, then you will be misguided most of the time. So learning is important when it comes to meditation. So learning and meditation should be both practice in balance, right? So one of the best ways to do this is to learn and also ask questions, right? Meet people, meet some communities who practice the Buddha's teachings, and meet monks, right? And then ask questions, how to practice this? How can I understand this? And learning and meditating, when it goes with the balance, you can practice the Buddha's teachings without any problem. So I hope you got some idea about practicing Buddhism, and I wish you a healthy and a happy life, and don't forget to prioritize your peace. Namo Buddhaya.